Well, it looks like the accident on eastbound 50 at 15th Street has been moved out of the roadway anyway. Traffic's still slow through there. In fact, things don't pick up on 50 till you get past the 99 interchange. To the phone now. It is Dan in Sonoma. What's up, Dan?
Sean, did you see the interview that Katie Couric gave with Madam Kneepads?
I you know what? I saw it. That's a good way of putting it. I saw it, but I did not hear it because I couldn't get the audio to work.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Mr. Engineer Man with 17 million FCC licenses can't get the audio to come on.
That does happen.
I'm laughing at myself, but yeah, I couldn't wait to hear. There had to be a great couple sound bites in there, and I'm sorry, but I missed them.
Oh, right out of the gate, Couric says in the interview that Kamala Harris is not responsible or is not in charge of the border, and she said it in a way to absolve her of any blame or any wrongdoing, and that's a lie. We all know that's a lie because it was in March of 2021 that Feeble Joe put her in charge of the border situation, which she's clearly failed and failed badly. But Kneepads was pulling an old trick that Democrats use. They say the system is broken. We need to have new laws. No, it's not. They broke the system by not enforcing the law.
Yeah.
Right. So that's a complete lie. It's an old lie, and they're still pulling that to this day. But look how important this thing is. I mean, you've got Gavin Newsom and all the Democrats rallying around this one idea to come up with this new idea. Now, Mike Johnson, if he tries to make any deals with the Democrats on such an important issue, he should be removed immediately. Now, the 8 Republicans who ousted Kevin McCarthy, they didn't want him in, by the way. He was sort of like their last choice. But they took a ton of criticism when they ousted Kevin McCarthy. But here's what they were trying to do: they actually wanted Jim Jordan in, and you remember that long haul of trying to get a new speakership in. They almost got Jim Jordan in. He was only missing a few votes. But there's so much deep corruption within our Republican Party. They didn't want a fighter like Jim Jordan, as Speaker. No, they got this mealy-mouthed weasel. I don't know if he's a weasel, but he's weak. Mike Johnson is incredibly weak as a Speaker. If he makes any deals, he should be ousted immediately. I think those Republicans should pull the same trick, go to the Democrats, and get Johnson out of there just as they did. I don't give a damn about the chaos. We already have chaos right now. People were criticizing about how chaotic the whole thing was. Guys, the whole thing's broken. These people, out of desperation, had to do something. I applaud them for what they're doing. It's possible we could get Jordan again if they pull the same procedure.
Dan, you sound like you're fired up.
A little bit, yeah. It's a second cup of coffee.
Yeah, I personally, I don't have the stomach for it. If they do that, I'm just going to go disappear on an Alaskan cruise or something and get away from it all.
If they keep going the way they're going, I'm talking about the Republicans, they will lose the House. So again,
I would put money on it. I would put money. What little money I have. No, I would. We will lose the House.
Yeah, because they're showing weakness, they're not showing any resolve, they're siding with the enemy, and the Democrats have become the enemy. They're not working together with us on any level. So anyway, that's a lost cause. Speaking of a lost cause, I had teased the two-state solution yesterday and wanted to explain that, because I believe the two-state solution would work.
You better explain.
But let me explain. Here's how it works here. If the people that self-identify as Palestinians, they're nomads. They're Arabs. They're just nomads. They're used to, moving about. Now, the solution is not having them within Israel. The solution is not having them within Gaza or even next to Israel. The Middle East is a huge region. Lots and lots and lots of open space. They should be relocated into, pick a nation, Afghanistan, who cares, as long as they're far enough away from Israel. Now, here's the thing. They were living in Gaza for the longest time. Gaza is a very small community. I'm just looking at the square footage. It's roughly the size of Oakland and San Leandro, so that's where they're all living. It's not that difficult to do, to move those people to no location, let them live their lives, be happy, whatever, but get as far away from the Israelis as possible. Now, that's a common-sense solution. Is that going to happen? Of course not, because the UN openly wants Israel to be killed. They want all the Jews to be destroyed, buried, and have no more Israel whatsoever. It's obvious, and this administration is helping them.
Dan, I just I just revisited the interview with Cammie and Katie Couric, and every time I look at her, I can't help it. I think of Louise Dreyfus. Veep, she's Veep. It's just I can't stop laughing. I can't help it.
There's so many jokes I could bring out about Madame Deepheads, and I'm not going to. The whole thing is a joke, but what's going to happen moving forward? I think Dan from Elk Grove is right. Although I do double down regarding what I've been the only one saying that it is going to be Joe Biden. There's not going to be anyone replacing him. He's the nominee. Now, regarding what happens...
It's getting pretty late in the game, yeah.
Very much late in the game, but here's the thing. Either Biden dies from natural causes or he is taken out. That's one solution, or one idea, rather. Or they bring out another whopper of an October surprise like what they did in 2020 with this launch from this bioweapon, the pandemic, which was launched by the Chinese and the traitors we have here like Fauci here in the U.S. Who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah, there are lots of things that could happen, and it sounds like ain't none of them good.
No, not good. Now that I've got everyone in the right frame of mind for their weekend, everyone have a great weekend.
I'm going to enjoy my barbecue a lot, Dan. Thanks a lot.
Sure thing. And everyone, watch your back.
And I'm going to make sure to invite you to a party.
It's just you and I, right?
Well, that's the thing. No one will show up, but at least you'll be invited to a party.
Okay. Typical of my life. Anyway, talk to you Monday, pal.
All right. See you then. It is 7:22. Partly cloudy and 57 today.